She threw money at our feet on our wedding day and told us to put it toward our divorce. 47 years later, my wife and I are still madly in love, and she still has no idea that I got a vasectomy just to keep her out of our lives. If you've ever dealt with a toxic in-law who couldn't keep their opinions to themselves, then you're going to love this story. Tap that like button, subscribe, and get ready to hear how we turned one woman's obsession with control into a slow-burning, petty masterpiece of revenge. When I first met the woman who would become my wife, I knew I had found someone truly special. Kind, grounded, hilarious, and the sort of beauty that felt timeless. Unfortunately, she came with a particularly nasty piece of emotional baggage. Her mother. Now I tried. I really did. But from day one, my mother-in-law made it painfully clear that she thought I wasn't good enough for her daughter. Her reasons? Not rich enough. Not flashy enough. Not man enough. According to her, I couldn't possibly provide the lifestyle she envisioned for her precious girl. She once told me over dinner, without a shred of irony, that she hoped my wife would come to her senses before it was too late. I smiled politely, even as my blood boiled under my skin. But the real kicker came on our wedding day. She made a bet, a literal, spoken out loud, money on the table bet, that she wouldn't cry at our wedding. $10 says I won't shed a single tear, she smirked. Well, wouldn't you know it, the moment the vows hit, the waterworks started. Tears, tissues, mascara running down her face. So later, I jokingly reminded her, hey, I believe you owe us $10. Without missing a beat, she pulled out 2 crumpled $5 bills, threw them on the ground and said, here, put this toward your inevitable divorce. No smile, no wink, dead serious. The room went awkwardly silent. My wife squeezed my hand, hard. From that moment on, I knew one thing for certain. This woman was not going to be a healthy part of our marriage. But like mold in the corners of a bathroom, she kept creeping in. 8 years later, 8 years into our marriage, she had shifted her favorite topic to one thing: grandchildren. When are you two finally going to make me a grandmother? At family gatherings, in birthday cards, even on voicemails, TikTok. The uterus has a shelf life, you know? It became a constant, like water dripping from a leaky faucet you can't fix. And the irony? No announcement, no Facebook post. Not even our closest friends knew. Just my wife and me. A shared secret that would one day turn into the sweetest form of revenge. The waiting game. Over the years, her desperation turned into frustration, then bitterness, and then confusion. I just don't understand. All your siblings have children. Don't you want a legacy? Sometimes she tried guilt. Sometimes fake tears. Other times, full-blown tantrums about how we were robbing her of her right to be a grandmother. We'd just smile and say, we're still thinking about it. Maybe soon. It drove her crazy. Every Christmas, she'd buy baby clothes just in case. Every birthday, she'd write cards addressed to future parents. We never told her the truth. Not once. But the funniest part? The more she begged and whined, the deeper our satisfaction grew. It was glorious. A slow, poetic justice. When her other kids started having babies, she finally got her grandkids. But by then, she was older, tired, and not nearly as involved as she had always imagined she'd be. She missed our window. We had all the power, and she never even knew it. I still remember the last time she brought it up seriously. We were at a family barbecue, and she sighed dramatically while watching the other grandkids play in the yard. You know, I just wish I could have had more time with your kids. But I guess it's too late for that now. My wife and I looked at each other and fought hard not to laugh. She has no idea we made the decision decades ago, that we sealed that fate with one quiet, irreversible choice. And to this day, she still lives in the illusion that we just waited too long. Some people think revenge has to be loud, fast, or explosive. But sometimes the most satisfying kind is slow, quiet, and perfectly calculated, because justice doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes with silence. If this story made you smile, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more delicious stories of justice served cold. And tell us in the comments, What's the most petty yet perfect revenge you've ever seen? Until next time, keep your boundaries strong, your petty sharp, and your peace unbothered.